Hello again and welcome to Hersco Online. In this segment we're going to look at casting for foot orthotics. Over the course of many years I've done in-services in many hospitals and institutions, and the question of casting always comes up. There seems to be a lot of confusion about this topic, and there are certainly a couple of distinct methods that are used. The original and best casting method, since the 1960s at least, when Merton Root developed his subtalar joint neutral theory, is to use the plaster slipper cast. The plaster slipper cast is a way to take a non-weight bearing cast of the foot with the patient lying either prone or supine. For the plaster slipper cast, with the patient lying prone, the practitioner should palpate to get the foot into subtalar joint neutral by manipulating the ankle joint, and then loading the foot by putting pressure on the 4th and 5th metatarsals and maximally pronating the mid-tarsal joint, and then casting with the foot held in that position. It may seem a little unusual to say this, but a good plaster slipper cast should represent the actual foot. Sometimes a practitioner's use of plaster or the speed with which they go through the process can lead to something less than an optimal replication of the foot itself. Here's an example of a plaster slipper cast where we have a vertical calcaneus and a good arch that shows us a true representation of the patient's foot, and we'll also get some idea of the orientation of the forefoot in comparison to the rear foot for this patient when we evaluate the cast. The plaster slipper cast is ideal when we're trying to design functional foot orthotics for those patients, especially in high activity sports or working and ambulating a lot during the day. If you're trying to functionally correct the foot and hold the bones in the optimal alignments and positions, you should consider using the plaster slipper cast. More recently, with advances in technology, it's possible to get the same result using electronic scanners. Hersco has a particular scanner that uses a flash photo system where you can capture the image of the foot in less than half a second. It's also a hands-free system, so you're able to use your hands to manipulate the foot and hold it in the optimum position. It becomes essentially a digital version of Merton Root's original plaster slipper cast. For a step-by-step guide to taking plaster slipper casts, please refer to the article Casting for Foot Orthotics on our website, hersco.com, under the Education tab. Thank you once again for joining us at Hersco Online.